Hey guys, I'm just Jershon. Welcome back. PokeMarch Madness Season 4. I'm doing my best to keep the smile going on my face. I actually am excited. Today we are doing Gen 6. Why am I so excited to do Gen 6? Is it because there are just oodles and oodles of smashable Pokemon in Gen 6 like Barbaracle here? It's because they added like 22 Pokemon to the entirety of Gen 6, which means this should be a quick one. The uncomfiness should be relatively short today. I think we're safe-ish, which is great news. Okay, to save you guys time, I'm going to skip anywhere there's a Pokeball that Pokemon gotta buy. I tried to go through first and just send all those Pokemon to the next round, but then the matchup mode breaks. Like if I say Barbaracle 1 and then go to matchup mode, it goes, do this one again. So that's not gonna work, but I'll cut out all of the buy rounds. There's like 3 matchups in round 1 because we were so close to that threshold, but there were just enough Pokemon that we do have like a couple round 1 matchups. So to keep things quick, this will be a nice fast video. We will skip all of the buys and it starts right now. Okay, our first real matchup, we have Xerneas and Goomy. Goomy's got a little bit of a Ditto thing going on. I mean, he cannot transform into any Pokemon, so not nearly as busted or busting. But in terms of like general physiology and shape, he's got it. I think I'm gonna have to go with Xerneas here. Okay, next we have Avalugg and Diggersby. Okay, I really dislike this Pokemon. He looks like, who's the ugly villager in Animal Crossing with the neck beard? Is it Barreled? That being said, this is just a sheet of ice, so we're gonna have to go with Barreled here. Okay, next we have Aromatisse and Noibat. This is a pretty easy Aromatisse. I don't like Aromatisse that much as a Pokemon, but in this particular set of stipulations, let's just say it's probably the farthest she's gonna make it on any of our PokeMarch Madness brackets.
Hello there. I
wasn't even recording, I was just skipping the buys, and as soon as Floor just popped up on the screen, my eyes did like the cartoon Awooga. All right, our final matchup on the left side. See, this is where Pokemon sizes kind of come into. I wouldn't have known how small a Florges was until Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I run into these things all the dang time because they're about 2 centimeters tall. That being said, this is just a pumpkin. It's just a pumpkin. I'm gonna have to go with Florges, which is not your name. I don't remember what your name is. It's like Floette or something. Okay, that's all the first round matchups. I told you there were a lot of buys. Now we can actually just get cranking. Okay, in this case, it's Diancie. I like shivered a little bit because I thought of the pointiness, and there is some jagged edges here. This man's got like 30 eyes, so that's not gonna work. We're gonna go with Diancie. I love you, Phantump. I don't love you in that way, so we're gonna go with Xerneas here. This is Flabebe, and then Floette, and then Florges. See, he knows. Flabebe has got the word, I didn't take French. Is bebe French for baby? If it is, can't do it, sorry. We're gonna go with Diggersby. We have a ghost pumpkin yet again, although this one is a little taller, 6 foot on Tinder, versus, we're gonna go with the Majestic Bird Talonflame here. He's looking pretty sick. Look, it can't be Spupa. I'm just sorry, it can't be. So we're gonna go with Quilladin. It's gonna be Hoopa. Good grief. They introduced Fairy type in this generation, and I can already tell they tried to put a bunch of cute little innocent looking ones, which makes me feel even guiltier doing this. So thank you, Game Freak. I appreciate Froakie with like the bashful hand behind the head, the Dene kind of holding that tail like a whip. We're gonna go with the Dene. Okay, easy Sylveon. Bunnelby, get out of here. Easy Aromatisse. Goodbye, Inkay. Like, this is Spupa. That other one's named Scatterbug. I don't know Gen 6 at all. Scatterbug versus Swirlix. Too many innocent creatures in this generation. We're gonna go with Swirlix. I hate Volcanion is such a freak. I hate this Pokemon so much. I mean, it's cool. Water Fire's cool and all. What an ugly mess of geometry. We're gonna go with the elegant Amora, aka Aurorus. Again, I don't know the name. Ooh, baby. It's Florges Easy versus, thank goodness, the other one whose name I don't know, so that's fine. What's coming out of... What are those? Are those her feet? Are those Vivion's feet? Okay, this thing is a freak. I don't like the way its body contorts. We're gonna go with the butterfly. I saw just the one sticking out of the front and I got concerned, but there's two. I think they're feet. This thing is standing like a toddler in the doorway at 2 a.m. Hey mom, I threw up. So cannot choose that thing. We're gonna choose Big Daddy Pangoro instead. That is a sword. That is just a sword. It's just a lobster. Or maybe a crawfish if you want to be more correct about it. This part of the sword at least looks like tickly. We're gonna go with the sword. We're gonna go with Delphox here. And boom, dude, I told you, there's not a lot of Pokemon this generation. This goes quick. Okay, look, I think Diancie is more beautiful. It's more humanoid for sure. It is made of rocks and crystals. If I was Asac Schrader, I'd be smashing all over this thing. Unfortunately, I am not. We're gonna go with Xerneas. We're gonna go with Talonflame, Diggersby, get them ear hands out of here. We're gonna go with Hoopa. We're gonna go with Sylveon. This seems pretty easy so far. We're gonna go with Aromatisse. We are gonna go with Florges. I'm gonna go with Pangoro, surprisingly, maybe over. I mean, maybe not. The other one's literally a butterfly. We're gonna go with Delphox, with ear, hair, and all. We're gonna go with Talonflame. We're gonna go with Sylveon. Ooh, okay, an actually tough matchup. I mean, I think you gotta go Florges, unfortunately. Or fortunately, depending on how you look at it. Sorry, Aromatisse. Man, I tell you, the ear hair on Delphox is making this difficult. I've never really been into the witch girl aesthetic, but for this round, we'll do it. Pandas are endangered species. I don't want to do anything that could possibly mess them up even more. We'll go with Sylveon. It is pink, and therefore, never mind. God, holy. We'll go with Florges. And to me, this is pretty easy. I know it's literally a plant, even though it's not grass type. Very confusing. Congrats, Florges. You won that pretty easily. Okay, get past all these buys again. Okay, we have Furfrou and a literal piece of ice. We're gonna go with Furfrou. We have Go-Goat, aka a Pokemon apparently good enough to be on the Scarlet and Violet Champions team. I actually do like Go-Go, but it does not deserve to be there. Versus Slurpuff. I think, look, I'm not a self-prescribed Pokemon master. I'm definitely in, like, if this was a college, I'm definitely in like the 400 level courses, but I don't quite have my masters yet. I think this thing's Pokedex entry says something about it tastes like vanilla ice cream or something. Okay, so this just says it has a great sense of smell and mentions nothing about being delicious. Is that just my headcanon? Well, for whatever reason, I really want to eat this thing, so we're gonna go ahead and choose it. I mean, it's literally got the cherry on top. Maybe, again, in my headcanon, it tastes like vanilla ice cream. We have a literal set of keys versus the Demon of Death. This is not a great matchup. It's a literal set of keys. It's a jingly set of keys. I gotta go with the Death Bird because the other one is just keys, man. Okay, Tyrantrum, you're a little too scaly for me. I can even see the hexagons on you. We're gonna go with Sliggoo. And that's it for the rides. Dude, it's so many buy rounds. Okay, actual matchups now. It's gonna be Pyroar. Again, we're taking all forms into consideration. There is a female Pyroar form as well. It's still a lion, so like that doesn't... I'm gonna stop talking now and I'm just gonna choose Pyroar because the other one's a literal crab. For the same reason, Tyrantrum can't be it. Tyron, too sharp and jagged, also probably a child, so goodbye. The rug burn, and by rug burn I mean bark burn. It just seems concerning. Bark is not a nice soft material. I think I'm going with Fletchender here. Okay, Zygarde can like transform. He's got the Megazord form and he's got the dog form. They really started Fennekin with the ear hair early. Usually you don't get ear hair until you're a little bit older in life. Maria found an ear hair on me the other day that was like a centimeter long. About to go buy a Ferrari, midlife crisis incoming. I'm gonna choose Zygarde. He can transform and that seems cool. I'm gonna choose Goodra. I have seen, as a Twitter owner, a person who has a Twitter account, I've unfortunately seen more than my fair share of questionable Pokemon fan art. Goodra is a common feature for some reason. I don't know why. You wouldn't think it would be. It is. We're gonna choose Heliolisk, even though his like neck frills up and it's like that scary dinosaur in Jurassic Park that I don't like very much, but that's okay. Malamar is such a freak. He's like walking on his, I don't know what those are, but we can't choose it. We're going with Meowstick. We're gonna go with Slurpuff because I want to eat him still. I can't do it to Chespin. I can't. I'm choosing the Demon Bat again. I can't. This thing is just hands. We're going with Sligoo. 2 swords versus 2 legs. You shouldn't have. We're going Braixen, which I'm probably mispronouncing. We're going Frogadier. Sorry, Litleo. Now here's a matchup. Sumo Wrestling Man versus Ninja Frog. Isn't Greninja's scarf actually his tongue? And calculating, Greninja. Sure, we're gonna go with Greninja. Skrelp, you shouldn't exist. We are going with Chestnut, even though he is spiky. We're gonna go with Skiddo, and I'm so sorry. It's just a sword again, but this time it does have a shield component. We stand protection in the bedroom. Except for this one time when I'm choosing Noivern. Okay, back to the top. Dog versus cat, huh? Don't forget, there's like 30 forms of fur. I think there's like 6, but there are several forms. We're gonna go with the female. Isn't it true like one of the biggest for men, like one of their biggest cartoon crushes growing up was Nala from Lion King? I never saw Lion King, so I cannot well, I did see Lion King, but I cried after Mufasa died, and then my grandma turned it off because she thought she emotionally scarred me for the rest of my life. I've never watched it since. Is she hot? Should I watch it as an adult? We're gonna go with Zygarde here because he can transform. The fan art, man, it's popping up in my brain. He do got a bit of a wagon. We're gonna go with Goodra here. I don't like the prospect of getting all sticky, or do I? We're going with Slurpuff, who could also potentially get me quite sticky because of like the sugar content is what I was talking about there, like glucose, glycogen, sucrose. Deathbird, it's time for you to go home, Yveltal, unfortunately. Braixen, I can look past the ear hair. I think I can get past it. We're going with the Tongue Lord. We are going with Noivern. I gotta be honest, there's not a lot of Gen 6 Pokemon in general, and at least so far, I mean, we've seen them all now. It's not the strongest generation, and that's okay because that means I feel less weird about this because there's less that I'm like, oh yes, that's an easy yes. It makes me feel better about myself. We're gonna go with Pyroar here. We are gonna go with Goodra because of the internet. We're gonna go with Braixen, and we are gonna go with Greninja. Pyroar versus Goodra. I've never seen any Pyroar fan art. This is not an invitation to send it to me on Twitter, by the way, but I've never seen any. Maybe there should be more of it. I'm going with Pyroar over Goodra, and I'm gonna go with Greninja. For why, I don't know, but I'm gonna go with Pyroar. And in the battle of Pyroar versus Florges, why'd they draw her like that? Why'd they bend her in such a way? They did not have to do that, but I'm glad they did. Congratulations, Florges. Fairy type, probably one of my least favorite types, but in this particular day, you come out on top or on bottom if that's what you prefer. Do you guys agree? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comments down below. I will be hiding in my cave, reading them and not answering any of them. Well, actually, I'll probably answer them, but like, don't judge me too hard. Link to this bracket if you want to do it for some strange reason will be in the description down below. I'll also link to our boy NSL and Yeti's channels as well. I believe they're going to be joining me on this endeavor, so you can watch theirs as well and see if they came to similar or different conclusions than I did. I feel like I've kept things relative through 6 generations. I hate to call myself basic, but I have not been too surprised by too many of the choices up to this point. But who knows? Maybe I am making some strange choices. I would love to know if there was something wrong with my brain. You can let me know in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.